Hi, everybody. How are we doing? We're good? How are you doing? You good?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
So,
What have we got today?
we have gig stories. They're embarrassing gig stories, by the way, not just normal ones. We encounter a lot of strange and weird and memorable things, I suppose. So today is embarrassing gig stories. And embarrassingly enough, we actually already recorded this episode.
Our intro was much better before.
Yeah, we just forgot to push record. We sat here like idiots until we were about halfway through and realised that this button wasn't
red.
And
that's just, that's just another cringe story to add to our list.
So
You go first. You tell me. What's yours?
So many years ago, I was doing a gig with one of my mates, and we were down at the British Hotel in Port Adelaide just before. For those who don't know, I'll have a little map or something, but there's like a bridge that goes over a river and the pub's in the corner. We were in the middle of the first set, and just as it was almost finished, all these cop cars started pulling up out front of the venue. Basically, there was about 5 or 6 cop cars. They all flooded out the front, and a couple of ambulances stopped everything what we were doing in the pub.
My heart would drop. I'd be like,
well, we had no idea. Obviously,
what?
we were all getting a bit nosy, so we started to go and have a look and find out what it was. And I was young, so I was like, I've got to go and have a bit of a look. So I've darted straight outside and run across the road because everyone's like, what's going on? Stopped the whole pub because there was so many cop cars.
Of course.
We had no idea what was going on.
Doesn't happen every day.
Anyway, that was my mistake because I've run across the road, and just as I've got to the other side, I've watched the police pulling this dead body out of the water.
Wait, so not in a bag?
No. He was obviously wedged against the bank in the reeds and the stuff, and they were pulling him out. Yeah, and it didn't look great. I wasn't close that I could see every little detail, but I was close enough to know exactly what I was watching, and it just, there was an icky feeling. But what's worse is that it was actually found. I found out it was found by 2 young kids. They would have been 8 and 10. They were riding their bikes home over the bridge, and obviously they've seen it washed up in the sides of someone's. I think it is, not to get on a dark topic, but I think it is notorious for people just jumping.
Oh, that's horrible.
Don't go there.
No. Oh, those poor kids, that would have scarred them for life.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I only saw like a small glimpse, and it stuck with me, obviously. Every time I go past that bridge, I'm like, oh, that's right. There's, Had
he been there for a while? Could you tell?
Yeah, he would have been there for a while. So obviously it's washed up and everything on the side of in the reeds. But it wasn't great. But the worst part, I feel like a dick. But afterwards, I think
we've established you are one.
Yes, I've run back across the road, and everyone over on the other side was like, "What's going on? Did you find out?" And I said, "Yeah, obviously not good.
That's what I've seen.
Dead body and yada yada." And they're all like, "Oh, geez, all right." So we took a break, and the whole pub was basically, everyone stopped because everyone wanted to know what was going on outside. So they sat me down and they're like, well, do you want to get some food then and just relax? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I just remember I got a really big steak afterwards, and I felt so. But at the time I was like, yeah, I'm hungry. All right, what are we getting? But looking back on it, it probly wasn't the best.
It just sounds so strange.
Just
seeing a dead body, I'm going to have a steak.
Didn't get fish though, because.
Oh no! Oh my goodness me!
But yeah, it wasn't great.
So that's not so much embarrassing for you, but it's cringe.
It is cringe. That's not an embarrassing story. I've kicked off the episode really well.
No, it's good though. It's a good one. It's a memorable gig story.
It's a memorable gig story.
Hey.
Let's do that instead.
Right.
No more embarrassing ones. We'll do memorable ones.
But I've got such good embarrassing ones.
All right, you do embarrassing. I'll do memorable because I've got another one actually that was. You go.
Okay, so mine was quite simple, not complex like that at all.
Nobody's.
But very embarrassing. This was, I can't believe I'm going to share this story. If you were at this gig and you thought you heard this, just comment below and say I was there. So I was doing an anthem gig. So just singing the Australian anthem.
Honourable.
In a stadium. I'm not going to say who it was for because I don't really want them to know about this.
Beautiful.
And I think so far I've nicely flown under the radar and no one's known, but it was about 10 years ago and we were in a stadium. Now, if you're singing in a stadium, you probably know it bounces back.
There's delays in it.
There's delays. So you need an in-ear thing so you can hear yourself, and so you can't hear this. It's like a 1 second bounce back. So whatever I'll be saying now, I'll be hearing it a second later, and it really throws you off. So it's really hard for an anthem gig to try and it took me a while to get used to that, right? Anyway, super nervous. I did it a cappella because I don't really like the backing track thing. I like a cappella anthems.
And if you go off key, you call it jazz.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's just, jazzy. It was halfway through, forgot the words, got all muddled up because of the 1 second delay. And
to be fair, I don't know anyone who knows the words to the national anthem.
But you know that
I know when they're sung wrong.
Well, you know that when they're okay, you would have known this because there's not a lyric in the Australian anthem that says golden pants. I sang.
You sang golden pants.
I don't know why I sang golden pants, but I sang golden pants in the Australian.
Now I have a question now.
Okay, yes.
Is there a video of this that I can find?
Probably out there, but I don't know. I haven't seen one. I pray to God there isn't. And I feel horrible sharing this story because there's going to be people, they'll be like, oh, I was there, I know that gig. I thought you said that, And I came off stage. They were all so lovely and they're like patting me on the back saying that was amazing. Because, of course, I threw in a high note at the end to try and throw people off.
Yep. You said golden pants.
But I felt really bad about that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so
I will find the video. Well, it was a big show, obviously.
It was. I've got a photo. So yeah, thank you. That took a lot of courage. Your turn.
Well, another story is it's not embarrassing. They're not embarrassing. They're memorable. They're ones that stuck in my head. We were playing a gig at the Nord Hotel and just in the front bar there, and we're doing our usual pub stuff. Mm-hmm. And when we took a break, this guy came over and he would have been mid-50s or so, and he just seemed really genuine and sincere. Yeah. That's the word. And he came over to us and was like, "Hey guys, I'm a bit nervous, but do you know this Eric Clapton song? What's the song? I forgot what the song's called. Oh, that's how well I remember this. Oh no, what's the song called?
5 hours later.
Wonderful Tonight.
Okay.
There we go, I got it. So he came over and he was like, "Hey guys, I don't mean to be a bother, but do you know this Eric Clapton song, Wonderful Tonight? I'm about to propose to my partner and I'd love that to be the song." And we're like,
hell yeah.
How often do we ever get to be asked to do this? So we worked it out. We played it previously at somewhere, so we quickly pulled up the lyrics and did it. We come back. We started playing the song, and everyone in the room sort of just started coupling up and just slow dancing, and it was actually really, really nice. It was
like
really,
a movie.
It almost felt like it. That's why I've got it stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And we were playing this song, and everyone's coupling up and slow dancing, and then around the middle or so, everyone sort of broke away, and this guy has grabbed his partner and he's gotten down on one knee to propose.
That's so cute. What? Oh no! What? Oh no!
She wasn't from here. She probably couldn't speak English very well. Oh. She was. I don't want to use the word mail order bride, but she thought that he was actually asking her to get a drink. There was mixed translations. She had no idea what was going on. So unless she was just acting really well and didn't want to get married and ran away.
Like, I'm confused.
But she was like, drink. And then went to the bar and got a drink, and he was left on the floor. On his knee. And everyone, it was the longest, it would have only been 10 seconds that this all happened. But it felt like an eternity. And everyone in the room was just you could hear a pin drop. You could hear a pin drop at this time as well. So she went over to the bar and got herself a drink while he's on the floor, and then everyone quickly just went back in. We're like, all right, well, we better start playing some more songs. Yeah.
Did you change the song?
We changed the
Like,
song
change the vibe,
immediately.
change it up?
We just played some party songs instead.
Oh, that poor
Got the hell out of there.
Did he look heartbroken?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You're
He got
you
the
can guess
crowd
he
sort of
is.
just succumbed him. So I don't know. But I will never forget that because it was so beautiful.
Way.
It was so beautiful. It actually, like, everyone coupled up and slow dance, and I've never seen that for a pub gig. And then it just took a really dark turn where, you know.
That is just horrible.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
She was like, went to the bar and me no English and yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a dodge.
I think she might have dodged.
Yeah.
But it just, the whole way though that it looked like, it honestly looked like she had no idea what was going on. But getting on one knee, surely that is like a universal sign
You'd think.
for
I think
getting
so.
married.
Absolutely.
I mean,
oh dear. I always wondered, off topic, but like whenever I got proposed to, if I wasn't keen, what I'd do. I think I would have just said yes and then broke it to him later.
I know someone who's done that.
And not good?
It didn't work out, obviously, but they said yes just because it was a public engagement.
And you'd feel so bad. Like,
And
it's bad enough saying no, let alone the embarrassment of it.
I'm an awful person because I sit and watch the YouTube. I'm sure you probably do the opposite.
Course.
You watch the YouTube videos,
The romantic
of
ones.
the ones where it all goes well and there's
Yeah.
like a big parade and everything.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who watches the
You're
the
evil.
videos
You
that
are-
go to shit.
I have seen them though.
There's one of my favorites is the guy.
Favorites? Oh my gosh.
I'm sick. No, one of my favorites is, you know what? I'll put the clip up. Go.
When you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, and my heart ceases to beat, and there's nothing else that I seek except you. And I just have one question for you. Janu, please, I need to. You truly make me the happiest person on earth.
Oh my gosh, so sad.
Yeah.
But you know, I do have a memorable one that's not embarrassing for me.
Tell me.
I was asked by Mix 102
Yep.
to come and do a gig. It was obviously for the radio, but they filmed it as well. And this guy was going to propose to his girlfriend. So we played for the proposal. And then straight away they were going to dress her and set up the
I
wedding.
do the
and
wedding
it was
immediately.
on the spot wedding.
Yep.
And we played for that as well. It
Oh.
was so, and she said yes.
That one worked out well then, I'm guessing.
That worked really
There
well.
wasn't
It was
no, like,
so amazing.
drink?
Yeah, drink.
You know our breakfast?
But it was beautiful. I did that with Mr. Willie Metzer.
Beautiful. Shout out to
Shout
Willie.
out to Willie. My other cringe one, my other embarrassing one that I'm willing to share is actually cutting back to that Port Adelaide anthem gig. It's another anthem, but this one went well.
That
as
must
far
be
as I
stressful though, because
so stressful.
it's an opportunity
it's
you
a
want to
big
take,
deal.
and obviously there's hundreds and thousands of people. But yeah, it's like you can't fuck that. When we go and play like a pub gig or a 90s gig or something like that, you just like
No one cares.
no one cares. You know the words, just hold the mic out and they'll
at a
sing
pub, yeah, you sing a song, they know what the song is, so they're hearing that song in their head, really.
it. Yeah,
Whereas the anthem, it's like, get this right.
get this
You better
right.
get
Don't
this right.
fuck it
Don't
up.
sing Golden Pants. But yeah, so this was a biggie. It was the Anzac Day footy match. I'm so into sports, but yeah,
Go
that's what
sports.
it's called. For our US people that are watching, that's Aussie rules football. So
That's it.
big deal here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was asked to do this anthem gig. It was huge. I was like, yes, please. It was going to be televised.
So there's footage of this one.
Oh, there's footage of this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was going to be huge. I was so excited. They said I could dress myself. So I went to Alexis George, which is, have you heard of Alexis George?
I have not. That sounds like.
He's amazing.
Is that Alexis George?
He's like full on dresses the
Is that
celebrities.
the guy who was in The Wedding Singer?
No.
No.
No, Alexis George.
The one that's pretending to be Boy George? That's Alexis Arquette.
Oh, I got
You know what?
Right. No, yeah.
Don't even worry about
No,
me.
not the same guy.
Continue.
No, so shout out to George. He dressed me for free, which was wonderful. And
job,
I
George.
got this beautiful, like, long black gown, lots of boob, very grand for the anthem, right? So I got out of the taxi, like, 20 minutes before the gig, and I leant forward. So this dress was it had a V at the boobs, and it was like this metal thing holding everything together here. And luckily I had a T-shirt on top of it in the taxi because I leant forward to get out and it went bing and the dress broke. And I hopped out and I said to my husband, I'm like, my boob's out.
Like, actually broke.
It broke. It was, and my yeah. So I'm like, Tim,
what was her name?
help.
Timberlake?
Oh, Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson,
It was
that's
such
right.
it could have been that moment. Thank God it was in the taxi.
Oh, so
It was not televised. Oh, it would have been so famous if it had have been. I was with my husband and my mum, and I was like, help me, what am I going to do? I'm meant to be on stage 15 minutes. On stage, on the Oval.
15 minutes.
20 minutes, 15 minutes, somewhere there. So we went into our little green room bit, which was actually meant for after I'd sung because it was very soon. But
Yes.
went in there and it was like an office, and I showed the situation, and Tim, my husband's holding it in, and Mum's like doing this, and they're like, what can we use? They didn't know what, like they went through people's desks. There was desks there.
Oh, because there's an
We were
office.
like staples.
Like gaffer or
yeah,
something?
anything. Staples, this, that. And we were trying not to wreck the dress any more than we
It
had
was.
to because
So, hang on a minute.
it was only lent to me.
Allow me. Oh, so it wasn't
It's
even
an
like.
Alexis George. He just dressed me for free and
Oh,
said,
and
bring
so-
it back.
Oh, so you had to return it at the end.
Yes.
And your boobs have made
And
it fucking.
my boobs broke
broke
it. So
Sorry, George.
I'm so sorry, George.
So,
So
hang on, let me just get
Oh,
this.
so tense.
So, there's a metal clip.
yeah, like a little V.
Yeah,
That's there.
holding the sides together.
Yeah, holding the sides
And,
together.
and that just popped.
just bent and broke. Yeah. Yeah. So it was stressful. Mum and Tim are going through people's desks. I'm so sorry, guys. And they were like, staples, sticky tape, what can we use? Don't know. We had to end up cutting another hole in the dress. Tim he found cable ties, black cable ties. And I can't believe my husband came to the rescue for
With
something
cable
like,
ties.
for a dress for an anthem gig. Yeah, I know. Round of applause.
Well
Timmy.
played, Tim.
He's
Very
amazing.
impressed. I'm very impressed.
That's why I married him.
Cable ties.
And you couldn't tell. It was like it was
Until
as
this
new.
guy goes back and watches. He's like, they fucking cable
Oh,
ties
I was
on my dress?"
honest. I was honest. I took it back. Actually, he wasn't even there when I took the dress back. And I'm like, can you please tell him I'm so sorry? I didn't know what to do. Anyway, so this is not the end of the story. I got my shit together.
There's more.
Got my shit together and walked up feeling $1 million. I was like, yep, okay, feel good. Please don't pop again. Ready to go. And the organisers or whoever had booked me took one look at the dress and went, no, that's too revealing. So they said, have you got anything to cover it up? So the T-shirt that I was previously wearing over the top in the taxi, thank God, when my boob popped out, they stuffed it down the front of the dress and like made it.
Oh, so it covered the top
little-
of your.
So there was no boobage. It was just
What's the point?
after all that, I could have just gone boop. Yeah. So it's not really an
Yeah.
embarrassing story, but it was stressful. But yes, there is footage of that one, and it went really well. I did not sing Golden Pants. I sang all the right words. It sounded pretty good, I think.
In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strength, then let us sing. Advance Australia
I don't think I've had any wardrobe malfunctions at gigs. I've had.
Oh, you're a boy.
I've
Boys
had.
just have it so
I
easy.
used to wear these shirts that all had snap buttons on them,
Mm-hmm.
and when you play at some of these certain pubs where they're all Cougar Town. They come up and rip your shirt.
I was
open.
joking.
That's happened probably about more times than I'd like to say.
Did they
They'll
have
walk
your
over and they'll
consent?
no, they just run over and rip my top
Whoa.
off. I've had
Imagine if
one
you did
gig
that to a girl.
where, yeah, exactly. If I did that to a chick, man, or they'd be smart enough not to wear a snap
Well,
button
yeah.
shirt, but you know,
And they've got more to show.
yeah,
Anyway.
correct.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I've had my shirt ripped off a few times at gigs, and I've also had. I did a gig, an outdoor gig somewhere. It was a private party, so it wasn't too bad. But still, I was wearing a white shirt, and it just got water dumped on me, and it was just all see through. And it was basically, I just didn't have to wear clothes that gig because.
Oh, no.
So, but yeah, so thankfully I haven't had too many.
Yeah, I've had a
issues.
few. I've had like ripped pants.
But for a
and-
girl, I guess it's a bit more.
I
common?
mean, I think so because it's like
There's
we
more.
wear complicated.
I mean,
stuff.
look,
That's
I
fine.
rock up to a gig in this. I
Yeah.
just smile
I
and
know,
nod.
you're so
and everyone's
lucky.
like, do you play in excess? And I'm like, I guess. I actually have to be careful what band t-shirts I buy, purely because
They'll
I know
request it.
because people will request it and say, "Oh, you're wearing this shirt.
Yeah, it's
Why-
false advertising.
Why aren't you playing this?" I mean, it's better than that one chick. There was a chick I spoke to. I used to work at JB Hi-Fi, and she thought she had a Nirvana t-shirt, and she thought it was the brand. She didn't know that it was a band. She thought it was the brand of clothing.
Oh, that's cute. It's sad, but it's,
It's
cute.
sad, it's cute. But, yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
Shall we do a song?
Let's do a song.
Okay.
Yes.
I will do the thing where I make a guitar appear. Hey!
Voila.
It looks so fucking stupid.
It does, and I love it. It's magic.
Magic.
One of Ben's many magic tricks coming up in the following episodes. You're locked in now, buddy.
No. I don't want to do magic trick.
Yes, you have to.
I
You're
joked
our
about doing a magic trick in an episode, and then she's obviously stuck with it.
Yeah, he's our Phil Dumpy. You have to. You have to.
I'll learn something.
Done.
At some
Locked
point.
in.
One day. Shall we?
Yes. Another head hangs lowly, child is slowly taken, and the violence caused such silence. We must be mistaken, but you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are crying with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are fighting. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, do 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 Another mother's breaking heart is taking over, and the violence caused such silence. Who are we mistaken? It's the same old theme since 1916. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In
We always end up with.
Yay! Oh. Well,
Thanks for watching.
yeah, thank you guys. See you next time.